have to see Dr. Mikowski. I've come from England to see him. It's urgent. Can I talk to him on the phone? The phone! It's about the shutdown of the vaccine unit. I can explain the Carsat log.
No, I'm sorry. You must have an appointment.
Sorry.
It's all right. Look, can I help you?
Well, I want to see Dr. Mikowski, but he won't let me in.
I heard you say something about the log. Can I give him a message?
You know him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell him. All he's got to do is...
I'll do the general review, then hand over to you, okay?
Yes.
I think Mary will want to say anything.
Possibly.
Where is she? Have you seen her?
Well, she knows about the meeting. She must be on her way.
Gentlemen, I think we should begin. Professor Edwards does know about this meeting.
Yes. I'm sorry. I can't understand why she isn't here.
And I'm sure she won't mind if we start with that.
Oh, the meeting must have started. Look, you sit here, leave your bags, and I'll fetch you later, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
During the past 9 days, we've been re-examining the biochemical, electronic, and engineering aspects of the Carsat production unit.
My apologies, Dr. Stein. Gentlemen.
We are satisfied that no impurities in our base product could have caused the problem. As far as engineering is concerned, we have looked at the systems as a whole and at separate components in an attempt to identify the most likely cause of failure. The failure began with a sudden reduction in the speed of the peristaltic pump, followed by a series of events which appear to have no logical connection. I have to report that we have failed to discover any obvious weakness which could explain the sequence of events recorded in the log. With one possible exception, Mr. Schroeder will explain this.
From the start of the design and development of the production unit, we knew that it was not possible to provide complete protection for the interior of any spacecraft or space package. The casing of our unit is not and cannot be impervious to all cosmic radiation, the charged particles which are frequently encountered in space. This may provide a clue to the breakdown. I'm forced to the conclusion that the breakdown was caused by an entirely random event, such as a charged particle from space corrupting one or more of the microcircuits in the processor or elsewhere.
More than one, Mr. Schroeder, at the same time?
This, I admit, is a weakness in my approach. Dr. Mikowski and I have discussed it at length, and neither of us can explain the erratic behavior of the unit as a result of the corruption of a single circuit. Is it possible that lightning could, so to speak, strike twice in the same instant?
It is asking too much, Herr Schroeder.
In that case, there is nothing more I can say.
Are we to understand that you abandon all hope of obtaining further quantities of our vaccine?
I don't think Mr. Schroeder meant that, Mr. Vernon. Obviously, the investigation will continue. Does that conclude your report for the moment, gentlemen? Well, in that case, oh, forgive me. Professor Edwards, did you have something to add?
If Mr. Schroeder's analysis of the situation is correct, what we're looking for is a logical explanation of the figures in the log. A short while ago, somebody, an engineer, suggested to me a theory that would explain them. I'm sorry, I haven't had time to discuss it with my colleagues.
What theory?
Well, it was along the lines of Mr. Schroeder's conclusion that only a random event could have caused the breakdown.
And how does he explain it?
Dr. Stein, could he explain his theory himself? It'll only take a few minutes.
But where is he, Professor Edwards?
Sorry, he's outside.
I take it we have no objections, gentlemen.
I hope you know what you're doing, Mary.
So do I. David? This is David Morgan, everybody.
Good morning.
David, this is Dr. Stein, Mr. Prunier, Dr. Mann, Mr. DeWitt, Mr. Manelli, and these are my colleagues, Stan Markowski and Mr. Schroeder.
Mr. Mikowski, Mr. Schroeder.
David, if you'd like to explain your theory to Dr. Stein.
Well, basically it's very simple. First of all, it depends on a charged particle randomly corrupting a single circuit.
Sit down.
Go on.
Well, after that, it becomes a question of scaling all the figures down by a common factor. Within the ADC, incoming data is converted in batches of 8 circuits. The tachometer on the pump motor and the 7 flow rate sensors are all processed in the same batch. Now, imagine that a circuit in the ADC has been struck by a charged particle with the effect of halving all the figures in that batch of data. According to the log, the speed of the pump and flow rates all have been reduced from 70% to 35%, that is, by half.
Now, suppose that information was false. On receiving it, the computer would first have attempted to increase the speed of the pump to 70%. That is, it would increase the speed of the pump by an additional 35%.
In reality, that would make it 105%. Well, obviously, the pump cannot operate faster than 100%. So the log shows a reading of 50%. Once again, half the correct figure. What seemed illogical now becomes logical.
But the flow rate through the buffer loop then dropped to 10%. How do you explain that?
I think I can explain that. A sudden increase to maximum speed could have caused one of the tubes to split in the buffer loop. Perhaps the actual flow rate dropped to 20% because of the split, and the figure recorded in the log was 1/2 of that, 10%.
The computer would have found no procedure to remedy an impossible situation based on false data.
In which case it would cease production and adopt survival mode.
Which is exactly what happened.
Open buffer loop valves EP60AA1 and EP60AA2.
EP60AA1, EP60AA2 open.
Start pump motor EP10AP1, speed 10%.
Motor speed 10, tachometer 5.
Exactly half.
Buffer flow only 2.
That's wrong, which suggests a burst tube.
Activate the manipulator, switch on camera. We'll search the buffer loop. Program SE9 beginning with sequence TU12.
Search in progress. TU12. Okay. Tube 13. Okay. Tube 14.
That's it.
Let's go back, everyone, please.
Quiet, everyone, please.
Halt program. Take manual control.
Where is it? Where is it?
Got it.
Is the burst tube right enough?
Stop pumps. Close valve.
Pump speed nil. Valves closed.
Start component removal program, sequence TU14.
Come on, Sam, be a good boy.
First plug free. Second plug free.
It is
disposal program sequence DP7.
It's on the waist clip.
Replacement program sequence TU14.
He's got it. He's got the new tube.
You've missed it.
No.
Interrupt program.
Please keep quiet or I must ask you to leave the control room.
Sorry.
Plug 1 fitted.
Look, this could take some time. May I suggest that you go and get yourself some coffee in the canteen?
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I've just learned that David has not had a proper meal since Friday.
What day is it now?
Sunday.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, Dave. I should have asked.
Oh, it's okay. This is fine.
Dave, I don't know what your plans are.
Oh, I have to get back. If I'm not to catch his lecture on Monday morning, there'll be a row.
No, I was thinking more of your long-term plans. Listen, you're our guest tonight. We'll get you back for that lecture, but when it's convenient for you, I'd like you to come back to Germany. Come back for a vacation. We'll make all the arrangements.
Increase voltage by 1.5.
Voltage increased 1.5.
What are they doing now?
Final correction to the EP process.
Final correction.
We hope.
Check radiation detectors.
Buffer loop radiation 3.2%. Waste product loop 5.1%. That's the lowest we've ever had it.
Excellent. Carlo, what do you say?
Go ahead.
Open valve 3.2.
Valve 3.2.
Directing the vaccine to the storage tank.
You mean?
Yes, this is it.
Valve open. Flow rate 0.45 grams per minute. Radiation count 91.7%. We have the product.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Happy now?
Yeah, as long as nothing else goes wrong.
Nothing else.
No, Stan is right, Mary. There are too many things that can still go wrong. I propose we have a thicker casing on the production unit.
And we can introduce a redundant ADC circuit.
Oh, yeah, that's important. I'll tell you what.
Motor speed 70%. Flow rate 70%. EP voltage 4995. Temperature 21 degrees. Product radiation 91.5.